Agriculture is undergoing a major transformation.
It's changing the way we get food at work, at home, and in the market. More and more, farmers value sustainability as much as they do productivity. They're using their resources more efficiently, growing nutritious foods, and improving the quality of the produce we buy and eat. They're proving that new farming is as good for business as it is for the environment.
Consumers' expectations and farmers' explorations have spawned entirely new models of growing food and getting it to the table. It's happening across the country, and it's happening here in San Diego County, as we'll see today on A Growing Passion. If you buy organic strawberries, organic tomatoes in San Diego County, chances are they grew in these fields under the watchful eye of farmer Bill Bramer. Bramer owns Be Wise Ranch, the area's oldest and largest grower of certified organic produce. Be Wise Ranch is also San Diego's pioneering CSA. CSA stands for Consumer-Supported Agriculture. It's a model of farming where consumers subscribe to purchase local, seasonal produce directly from the farmer. A CSA membership buys you a share in the farm's produce. You get a box of whatever's ripe each week. That way, the farmer is assured of a steady income and the member gets field-fresh organic produce. How long have you been an organic farmer?
I started in 1977, so this is 36 years.
So you started like at the very beginning of organic farming.
I did, yes. I was one of the early farmers trying to do it commercially.
Bramer runs his operation on 180 acres in the San Pasqual Agricultural Preserve. This vast tract of land was set aside by the city of San Diego in the 1960s for agriculture and for open space. Now, you specialize in tomatoes and strawberries. Why did you pick those crops?
Because you can pick them multiple times and they're alternate, so you can keep the same labor force year round. So strawberries we pick from January through about June. Tomatoes we pick from July through hopefully October, November.
Thanks to San Diego's year-round growing climate, Be Wise can grow a warm season crop like eggplant, followed by a cool season crop like broccoli on the same land. That makes growing on 100 acres here the same as growing on 200 acres in a cooler climate.
Right here we've got tomatoes, so we've got multiple varieties. And then behind me we've got squash, lettuces, cucumbers, eggplant, assorted different vegetables that are seeded for the CSA. So we have to have weekly harvest to go year round.
Are there any months of the year when you're not picking?
No, we go year round. We never stop.
This is an organic farm. Organic compost and fertilizers supply the nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and micronutrients that plants need to thrive and produce. The harvest begins at sunrise. As tomatoes, lettuce, and other vegetables are picked, they're taken to the packing shed to be washed and cooled for the next day's delivery.
What we're doing here is they're bagging up lettuce for tomorrow's delivery. So they're putting 2 heads in every single bag and then getting them ready. These will go back into the cooler, get cold again, and then they'll be shipped in tomorrow's shipment. So what we'll do is have, say, 12 to 15 items to go in every box.
These are for the CSA box?
These are for the CSA, yes.
So, Bill, how does that model work?
People try it for 4 deliveries. So they have a way to sign up. It usually takes you 2 to 4 weeks to get in because we still have a waiting list. And then people will do it for 4 deliveries. If they like it, then we bill them for the balance of the quarter. So then they're paying for 13 weeks at a time.
So that gives you some stable
That gives me some stable cash flow, and it gives me cash to basically, keep the farm running.
So how do people respond to what's in their boxes?
It's pretty amazing. We get all the families saying, geez, my children wouldn't eat this or this until we started your program, and now all of a sudden they love the vegetables, they're healthier, they really enjoy it, and they're excited when we go pick up the box. And a lot of times you know, the peas won't get home before we get home, or the strawberries, or whatever it is. So, you know, their children are getting enjoyment out of eating the fruits and vegetables, and before it was a chore to get them to eat. So I think that's, for a grower, it's pretty satisfying. And then, you know, we've had people that have done this almost 20 years, so their family has grown up, raised on this food.
75% of BY's crops are strawberries and tomatoes that are distributed to retail markets from San Diego to Washington State to Texas. For CSA boxes, the farm grows a much wider variety of produce. Every week, BY's crews pack 1,600 boxes of fresh vegetables, herbs, and fruits.
The amount of produce that's in each box varies from week to week depending on the harvest. The cost of the box is $30, so you're never going to get less than $30 worth of produce, but you will usually get more than $30 worth of produce. We're packing strawberries in 8.8 ounce clamshells right now. We're not doing 1 pound yet. I came on staff at BY's Ranch in 2003, and at that time we had approximately 400 members. We are now up to the 2,500, 3,000 mark within members. So I think that people are becoming more conscious of what they're eating, what they're buying, how they're spending their dollars. That some people find that the produce is fresher. They want it from the farm straight to their home in their kitchen. The fact that their dollars stay here in the community and they're supporting a local farm. And I think they find a great value in what we're doing, and they want to be a part of that.
While BY's Ranch's CSA program is the largest one in San Diego County, there are 12 others, including one just for meat and one just for bread. CSA is a great way to feed your family. I've seen firsthand how it gives children a strong connection to the farm and a great appreciation for fresh, local, seasonal, organic produce.
Every week, BY's delivers CSA boxes to drop sites from Pacific Beach to El Cajon, Carlsbad to Ramona. Thursday is BY's day at my house. I'm always so excited to see what's in my box. Today I got tangerines and lettuce and beautiful carrots and radishes, zucchini, apples. Oh my God, there's even a big dragon fruit. There's potatoes. I know what I'm making for dinner. At the Nautilus Life Sciences campus in La Jolla, California, scientists spend their days in the lab researching cures for disease and exploring some of life's most basic questions. When they're not in the lab, they veg out here at this mini farm in the heart of the campus. Commercial developers like Alexandria Real Estate Equities are rewriting the rules for workplace environments. Rather than acres of thirsty, unused lawns, they favor sustainable, low-water landscapes and mini farms whose produce supplies on-site cafes. Nautilus represents a new model where the farm does double duty, helping the people who work in these labs and offices be productive and healthy, both physically and mentally.
Our basic fundamental premise is to enhance productivity for our client tenants. So how do we do that? Well, one of the ways we do that is to sort of address the basic human needs, you know, food, exercise, a wonderful place to work, fresh air, a well-designed property. And as you take that to its logical conclusion, wellness is a very important part of that. So we've designed the exterior of this property to satisfy LEED requirements and also to provide some auspicious opportunities for people to think about sustainability.
This is a very handsome bioswale, Dan.
This bioswale is front and center in the Nautilus courtyard. It filters runoff during rainstorms. The rest of the time, it's just beautiful. This courtyard and garden feel more like home than work. No wonder the scientists and researchers like to hang out here. They socialize, they meet, they just take a mental break.
To be able to step outside without an effort, without any planning, but just being able to come outside, walk through the garden and just decompress for a couple of minutes, it's just something I've never experienced anywhere else but here. So that's what makes this really sort of what I call a space of the future. But luckily we get to enjoy that now.
The Nautilus complex houses biomedical research institutes and a couple of startups. Everyone shares the space. It's the ideal environment for collaboration and intellectual exchange.
When you do have lunch with others, again, you can select how far off topic you want to be. Do you want to be really far off topic and then you eat in the garden? Or do you want to have it more like a business lunch and then you eat inside? So you can really, again, you can throttle the kind of goal that you have for that particular interaction.
Even if they had a farm, most business parks would put it out of sight in the back 40. But at Nautilus, this mini farm is front and center. The farm is run by Urban Plantations and supplies Greenacre Restaurant. Urban Plantation farmers work with Greenacre chef de cuisine. Together, they plan what to grow and what dishes to prepare. Farmer Karen Contreras owns Urban Plantations.
One of the things that we do is try and create a space that's beautiful and enjoyable for people. So as you look around, you won't find any weeds because we take real extra care to make sure that this garden looks beautiful all the time. People are welcome to taste things while they're here. I think people have a lot of respect. I mean, they watch us toiling here and they get to eat the produce in the cafeteria. We do a lot of teaching here. We teach people about seasonality. And when they come down in the wintertime and want tomatoes or want cucumbers, we explain to them that cucumber season is in the spring and maybe in the summer if we're lucky. But I think that's part of teaching people about their food source is that because we're so used to going to the grocery store, we think that we can have things available all year long, which we can, but the food isn't as good as the food that we're growing here. We meet with Chef Joel at least twice a year, and he tells us what he wants to cook, and we tell him the best way to grow that vegetable or whatever that he's using in his meals. We have seed catalogs out. We know the varieties that do best here in San Diego. We try and keep things growing all year long for him so that he's got a continual supply all through the season.
Looks like Carrie's harvesting lunch.
Yeah, this is a salad mix here for the restaurant, and Carrie's doing a cut and come again harvest.
So they'll come again?
Yes, they will.
Karen, the citrus looks beautiful. What are these?
These are Valencia orange trees, and we've got an urban grove of them. We've got about 7 of them, and we'll be harvesting off them next year, I believe. We also have a ground cover with strawberries here and some rosemary in the background.
Okay, so we got the oranges, the strawberries, the rosemary. What are we gonna make?
We've got a savory fruit salad is what we have.
I like that. So what are these?
These are shunkyo radishes, and they're one of the surprises that we gave Chef Joel this time. As I mentioned, we're always trying to give him things that he doesn't know about. These radishes are a Japanese variety, and they're really delicious. They're very mild, and they're a really pretty pink color.
Ooh, it's like lipstick pink.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They look great on the plate, they pickle well, and they're just delicious radishes. And I wanted to show you this too. Look at, here's organic gardening at work.
Oh my gosh, look at this guy.
This parsley is filled with butterfly caterpillars.
Oh, this is the swallowtail.
Yes, it is. And so when Joel picks this, he has to watch out because there's lots of, we don't kill them, they're beautiful.
Ooh, this is one of my favorites. Can I have a taste?
Yes, this is red mustard. It's a little spicy.
Yeah, that's why I like it. Oh, talk about opening your sinuses.
Yes,
that's great.
it does.
I love that.
It's very good.
Karen, these are the most beautiful compost bins I've ever seen. I guess you can't have a really shabby kind of compost bin in a pretty space like this.
No, you can't. You got to have a nice looking compost bin, and this is made out of Ipe. These panels pull up and makes it real easy for us to turn the new material here. It takes about 8 weeks to cycle it through. We use material that come from the kitchen, the coffee stations in the building, and it all goes into the compost, which in turn gets put back into the vegetable bed. So it's a complete cycle here.
Wonderful. Are we in the herb garden now?
Yeah, this is the herb garden, and we've got rosemary and thyme, lots of savories, and also some tarragons, sage, and what do we have over there? That's chamomile.
And that
mint.
looks like a mint.
Yeah.
So I bet the chef loves this.
He loves having fresh herbs to pick. It's just steps from the Green Acre Cafe.
The farm supplies Chef Joel and Green Acre with 300 to 800 pounds of fresh produce every month. With that produce, Chef and his staff create delicious meals for breakfast and lunch. This restaurant lives up to its name.
That looks so good, I could eat it.
I'm not going to be stopping it.
Ooh, and I happen to have a fork.
All right.
So sweet.
Nautilus is a new model workplace that redefines farm to table while it feeds both body and mind.
Most plants need 4 basic elements. They need water to fill their tissues and their cells. They need carbon dioxide from the air. They need sunlight for photosynthesis. And they need something to anchor their roots. In traditional farming, that something is dirt. In hydroponic farming, it's a little bit different. There's a young farmer in Encinitas, California, who's getting his feet, or rather his roots wet, with hydroponic farming. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's like green from one wall to the other.
Green from wall to wall.
How big is this?
This is about 2 acres of actual growing tables. We're on a 3-acre greenhouse operation.
And what am I seeing? I see lettuce.
Yeah, we've got lettuce, 2 different varieties, green and red butter lettuce, spinach and kale, and also black and green kale. You know, although we're on 2 acres, we're actually producing about what 10 acres of land could do using this technology.
How is that?
Well, the technology that we have here, the hydroponic system, allows the plants to grow in the optimal conditions. So they just grow as fast as they possibly can, as fast as nature allows them to.
And how many turnovers do you have?
Our products are turnover in about a 4 weeks time period. So the lettuce hits the channel, and 4 weeks later, it's out to the market, and the same with our other products.
So in a year, how many turnovers do you have?
Well, to give you an idea, in a month we do about 250,000 heads between spinach, kale, and butter lettuce.
250,000?
Per month.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible.
Go Green Agriculture is run by the Sleeman family. It's an automated approach to farming that's the brainchild of Pierre Sleeman Jr., who's trained as a computer scientist. His father, Pierre Sleeman Sr., is a civil engineer. The Sleemans mix hydroponics with 21st century technology to create new generation business practices. Theirs is an entirely new approach to farming.
So this is called a vacuum seeder. This is where we do all of our seeding for all the products that we grow here. Basically what's happening here is we're laying seed down onto a template which sucks in 1 seed into each hole. And then it's going to go into this sponge that you see here. And that sound that you hear, we're knocking off doubles, so you only get 1 single shot.
So what I'm seeing is there's holes in this template,
Right.
And the metal, and that's vacuum. All the seeds are held in there by a vacuum.
Exactly, it sucks it in by air pressure. Then this sponge gets slid in. It's all pneumatic, it'll align it where it's supposed to go. We flip that over and the vacuum will automatically reverse direction and it drops the seed into every single hole, as you can see here on the sponge.
So when we look down in here,
Right. If you look in there, you'll see there's a seed in every single hole. So now that moves over to the cart here where it then gets watered. This cart will be filled up from top to bottom. You hit the button, it waters all the sponges in 1 shot, and then that cart goes straight into the greenhouse, ready for planting.
that's just how they saturate all those seeds. That's such a cool thing to do. These are your seedlings?
So this is propagation. So we saw the seeding process, how the seeds get dropped into the flats. Here, this is 7 days later what it looks like. The seeds have already sprouted, the true leaves are coming out, and the amazing part is 7 days after this, it looks like this.
So 7 days from this to this?
7 days from that to that, and from here, ready to go.
So hydroponics really does accelerate the growth
of these.
Right. You know, I wouldn't say so much that it's accelerating it, but it's not inhibiting it. So a plant out in the soil struggles to find the right nutrients and you know, to grow, have the right environment. Here we deliver the optimal temperature, everything that the plant needs to grow.
Well, you're obviously doing something right.
Yeah, the plants are just gorgeous. The plants just tell you when they're happy. So Nan, you're holding a tray of our seedlings that are 14 days old. Now these basically just break off, little root that you can see coming off right here. They go right into the channel, just like so. The channels fill up, and here what's happening is water is being pumped in 24/7. That never turns off.
But that's not just water, that's water with nutrients too.
That's water with nutrients, exactly. So the plant sits here just in a thin film of water. The roots then absorb the nutrients out of the water. They take just what they need. And 7 days later, after this, that's what that plant's gonna look like.
So from here to here is 1 week.
It's 1 week difference, exactly.
Wow, look at all the roots.
Nice foliage on top. And 2 weeks after that, you've got a nice big head, and it's ready for the market.
Can I just bite this?
You can.
Computer automation makes this possible and profitable. The Sleemans and their crews produce 12 crops a year in their greenhouses. Compare that to 1 or 2 crops per year for the same kinds of plants grown in the ground.
Explain to me the technology that you're using here.
So what we've done is we've automated all the really important points. There's a really complex chemistry behind the scenes, and that we have computers to monitor and control the weather, the environment, the nutrients, and it wouldn't be possible to do it commercially without that.
Tell me all the different crops that you're growing.
So I'm growing green and red butter lettuce, a green and dino black kale.
Ooh.
It's really nice. And Bloomsdale spinach, which is a specialty variety. It only grows during certain months of the year, but we can do it 365 days a year here.
Because you're climate controlled?
Because we're climate controlled, exactly. All of our products are totally non-seasonal, from the kale to the spinach to the butter lettuce. 365 days a year, we're always in season here.
Go Green's automated system goes beyond monitoring and controlling growing conditions. It also tracks and routes orders. The crews pick every morning. By midday, spinach, kale, and lettuce are on the shelves of nearby stores and in restaurant coolers. How's that for fresh? Go Green's local-to-market approach offers a number of environmental benefits. It uses less water than conventional farming. It has a smaller carbon footprint, both in terms of energy inputs for food production and energy used to ship crops to market. And it offers consumers fresh, locally grown organic produce wherever they live.
Pierre, you don't really look like a farmer to me, so how do you become a farmer?
Well, I took the road less traveled. I'm not a farmer, and in my family, I don't have any farmers either. This is something that I studied computer science and business back in college. I've taken the road that every entrepreneur takes starting a business. Every pitfall, challenge, issue, problem that you could imagine, we went through it. In the first year, we gave everything away to the food bank. We didn't even try to sell it to the market. We knew that we needed to perfect what we did, prove that we could grow in every season before we could go out there and try to sell our products. So 1 year, we gave it all away. Then after that, we slowly but surely introduced a few more customers at a time until it eventually just snowballed and we were able to go commercial with it.
Already, Go Green products are sold locally to markets and restaurants throughout San Diego. But that's only the beginning. Their goal is to be the first national farming company with a network of small farms that grow and sell produce locally under a single brand.
The challenges before why people haven't done this is because we were limited geographically as to where you could put farms. Now with this technology, controlled environment structures, hydroponics, that type of automation, it enables us to do these things.
So you're replicating these across the country?
Across the country. The idea is taking information system technology. It's a network of farms that all work as one big farm, but as many micro farms across the nation.
So we're going to see greenhouses like this across the country.
Right in your neighborhood.
Can't wait.
You're going to know your farmer.
Today we're making a little baby gem and kale lettuce from Go Green Farms. We love Go Green Farms. 1, because it's local, and 2, because they have the best kale. multi-grain crouton.
Wow.
Here's your organic kale and red gem salad. Enjoy.
Farmers are creating new models for being more productive and more profitable while keeping an eye on protecting the environment. That makes farming as good for dollars as it is for dinner. I'm Nan Sterman. Thanks for watching. A growing passion thanks KPBS Television for their ongoing support, along with these generous underwriters.